Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have here today 2007 Toyota RAV4. I'm performing bunch of inspections and I will be pulling one of the spark plugs out of this wonderful 4-cylinder engine. The code for this one is 2AZFE. And I'm performing inspection, but obviously the same will be replacement, right? Procedure will be identical. So I will start with removing this cover, which is right here, and that's by the, it's a 210 millimeters nut holding it down, right? So I remove those and I'm allowed nicely lift this cover up. And as you can see, hopefully, maybe we will zoom on it for you. You can see nicely, right? Here, the number 1, 2, 3, and 4 ignition coils. Now, I will start with the number 1. Ideally, you unhook, disattach this connector, right? So I pushed on this tab, it lifted here, and I was able to disconnect it from that ignition coil. The coil itself, it's held by another 10 millimeter screw. So I can remove that, right? I can put it on the side again, and carefully, while twisting it like this, I am able to remove the coil. Well, now I have a problem because there is a presence of the oil. You can see it here, right? These are the things which you discover when you are replacing or inspecting spark plugs. We have a problem with the failed seals, right? Spark plug tube seals probably failed down here, and I have a oil in the tubes. So I will remove this oil from it, clean it, right, and put this ignition coil on the side. We can continue, right, with the spark plug number 1. I will use my special wrench, which is the snap-on. It's a deep socket, nice snap-on. It's a 5/8, right? This is a really great tool. I will use my extension, which is actually lockable. I believe it's also snap-on. So if you get in those really deep openings, this stays together. I put it there. I feel the spark plug, and now I will urge you, don't ever use the power tools here, because you don't know if the spark plug is not too tight there, right? So you want to be careful. You want to feel it coming here, and I'm feeling it. And this one was actually very loose. If I use the tool, I will have no knowledge. But look, this spark plug, I used barely any braking power. The torque was absolutely minimal. And let's see what happened here. I suspect actually something else. I see oil all over here, and this is where the technicians are putting the engine oil. This is a new and not dirty. This is not a used oil. This is a brand new oil. I think the tech who did that at the dealer, because the sticker is from the dealer, I think he just spilled the oil all over, and that's why we have all this oil. I will have to investigate because I want to give a good report to the owners. But let's finally look on that spark plug. And I move that camera, and you can see immediately that's a iridium spark plug for this engine, and it's a SK20R11. I'm trying to show you the tip, right? how it looks. I see a lot of debris, a lot of residue on those tips. So I have no idea how long this spark plug is. But watching in this shape, I will say that should be definitely offered as a maintenance item, right? And these could be replaced. And discovering what I saw on the number 1, I'm actually curious. So how is this one? Also very light, very little torque. Let's see if this one is in the same shape, right? If it has the same pattern. Yeah, there is also that white matter on it, right? Which is good burning actually. This one has a less kind of, it's better shape, this one definitely, than the other one. It has a less of that build-up on it, right? Now how to install the plugs? Let's say this is the new one, right? And there is that crusher ring, right? It's a special operation. Normally this is already squished, this ring, but on the new ones has a special purpose for installation. So you definitely don't crank on it as hard as you can. Ideally you tight it by the hand very carefully, and when it starts giving resistance you will use your torque wrench. And on these Toyota spark plugs I recommend you using 18 Newton meters. So this is my snap-on torque wrench, right? After I did it carefully by the hand, now I will use the torque wrench and listen for the sound. You hear that? Now I know I have that spark plug perfectly installed, and it actually it's flashing and showing that I really used 18 Newton meters. Perfect. And I will do the same with that number 1, right, which I removed first. Again, you do it by the hand only, don't use power tools on it. That's a great way for disaster to happen. You will cross-thread it or something, right? Now when I'm using this, I'm not holding it up here, I'm holding it here for very small torque, because the final torque will be done by the torque wrench. I have it on 18. Boom, let's see, right? Carefully. Boom, 18 Newton meters. Both of these plugs are correctly installed. I kept these ignition coils in the order, right? You don't want to keep switching them around. It's advisable always to keep them as they were. Just wipe it off. This one didn't have any oil on it, so I believe that spill here, the tech was filling it and spilled it right here, right? Unfortunately, these people are in hurry. They don't just care. They have many cars to work on. Service manager standing behind him, breathing on his neck and making him, work even faster. It's pretty hard to work at the dealership. The quality is not the highest what needs to be achieved there. It's all about quantity. I work at the dealer for a while and I don't want to go back, I can tell you that. That's why I have my own shop, right? So this, if I can use the power tool on the low setting, that will not damage it, but always remember this is just plastic. So ideally you will recheck it with your ratchet. Yep, the thread was not clean, so now it's perfect. I can connect back that wiring harness, right? So I start here, number 4, 3, 2, 1. I have all the plugs correctly in the place. I can bring back this cover, right, which we removed in the beginning. Boom, boom. Here are these two little nuts, and basically the whole procedure will be finished. I believe everybody can do that by themselves, right? I believe you will agree with me. So I hope you find this video helpful. If you do, definitely make sure you are subscribed, because I have a ton of videos about Toyotas only coming to you on this channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day, my friend.